Hi there, I'm Alan Whiting and welcome to our preview of your Cape York trip. Our video mates Robin and Stan Gruzlewski journeyed up there in late 2010 to bring us a road and track condition report. We always start our journeys to the Cape at Cooktown. It's a beautiful place. Stay there overnight, drop a line, have a yarn with the locals and the odd quiet beer. It's a great base for a trip to Cape York.
Cooktown is full of history. Captain Cook called here in 1770 and the two museums are fascinating. There's a crocodile shop here as well as a bank, supermarkets, hotels and motels, etc. Next major stop is Musgrave. The travellers head out on a good sealed road in the direction of Isabella Falls and Battle Camp Road. It's a very easy drive, and even the unsealed road is good and smooth. Not really a test of four-wheel drive yet.
Some of the big changes old-timers will notice include stretches of tar. There's 50 k's before Isabella Falls that used to be rough dirt and now it's bitumen, and a lot of the rocky creek crossings are now made very easy by concrete causeways. It means you don't have to start rock road building every time you want to cross a creek.
At Old Laura Homestead, about 110 k's from Cooktown. Under the homestead is a display of old black and white photos, well worth looking at. A lot of the corrugated road sections that we used to fear terribly at the Cape have now been graded and kept in good condition, so a lot of the driving can be done at highway speeds, a lot easier than it used to be. But don't be deceived by the road conditions. If you get a shower of rain, the place is still a skating rink and many a vehicle has come to grief at the Cape. Musgrave is a welcome sight, and a chance to wash the bull dust down with a cool drink. There's good food and all fuel except LPG. The last stop for LPG is Mareeba, by the way. This used to be a homestead on the old overland telegraph track, and there's some interesting history to read about the place. Next stop is Cowan, 100 k's up the road. Cowan has a sealed main road. There's a post office, supermarket, and you can get mechanical repairs here as well as fuel. An early start the next day on the dusty red dirt road to Archer River Roadhouse. It's around 70 k's north of Cowan. It has all fuels, hot showers and a campground, cold beer and drinks, the famous Archer Burger, and you can also phone home if you want. On the road north you cross a concrete causeway, and when it's dry the riverbed makes a good campsite. About 20 k's north of Archer River is a turn-off to the right to Portlands Road and the Lockhart River. On the way, 26 k's down a fairly good but narrow track, we make an easy crossing of the Wenlock River and then take a small detour to the left to look at an old grave site. Further down is the old, long-abandoned Wenlock gold mine. Most of the old machinery is still around, including rusty steam engines and remains of what would now be a vintage truck.
Of course, now that the roads are better, the size and speed of the trucks has increased, so keep a watchful eye out and don't try and overtake in dust clouds. If you see one coming towards you, just pull over and stop. Those of us who went to the Cape years ago can't believe this new bridge at the Wenlock River.
A good 20k run down the main road brings us to the main Wenlock River crossing. If it's not too crowded, this is a nice camping spot besides being a great swimming hole. Up on top of the northern bank is the old Moreton Telegraph Station, and there's still a phone here.
There are times we've camped on the edge of the river for a couple of days waiting for the level to drop. And sometimes when it didn't drop, we'd resort to this handmade punt. And one vehicle at a time would be put on the punt, and those of us who were brave or stupid would push it across the river to the other side. Great adventure, but it wouldn't work with today's tourist crowds. Bramwell Station is a great place to camp, and they now have fuel right at the entrance to the famous telegraph track.
So it's the telegraph track to Bamaga, and a track it certainly is. It's a steady drive, and the track changes from ironstone gravel to a few corrugations and to soft white sand. The next crossing is the North Alice, again dry later in the season. It's not steep and is usually no problem. Before long, there's a long creek crossing at Scrubby Creek, but it's fairly easy. Walk the crossing first. Just down the road is the Elliot Falls Turnoff. Magic swimming and camping here. And it's only a short walk to Twin Falls and Indian Head Falls. Crossing this creek shouldn't be a problem, although the old track is bumpy, and being clay, it gets slippery when it's wet. There's an easier track left up the creek a bit.
The telegraph track gets very little maintenance other than hand repairs done by travellers like you. And so it's a lot slower and rougher than the main road, but the highlight of the trip for us. There have been some rumours the telegraph track has been closed, but this is not the case. After the falls, you come into a clay and loam slippery area that's always wet, even in the middle of the dry season, very slippery and eroded. The water absolutely pours through here in the wet season, so every year the terrain is a bit different and a bit more demanding. The trick here is to maintain momentum, but not with too much speed or you bounce all over the place, and if you've got any traction aids, they come in very handy. You need caution on all the river crossings because quite often there's a large boulder being disturbed by a previous vehicle, and you don't want to smash a hole in your sump or in your gearbox.
Further on, there's a left turn to the bypass road and the ferry.
At the Jardine Ferry, it's easy to top up fuel, so you don't have any worries for the rest of the trip. The price of the ferry crossing in late 2010 was $88, and if that seems a lot of money, that includes all your camping for all the time you spend up in the tip. So it goes to the local community who maintain the barge.
The top end is getting much closer. Back on the road to Bamaga, and a grim reminder how close this part of Australia was to the action in World War II. Aircraft wrecks abound up here. This was an old C-47 or DC-3, which didn't make it back to the landing field. It's fenced off now and is well worth looking at as a war relic. A little further on is Seshu, and you're almost at the end of your journey to the top of Australia. And Seshu offers some nice R&R. The amenities are average, but the camping ground is close to the wharf, so you can walk down to go fishing. Seshu now boasts a brand new supermarket across the road from the campground, a fuel stop, there's a restaurant, takeaway food, some overnight cabins if pitching the tent has become a chore.
If you've got a casting net, throw it in, haul it out full of sardines, and you've got bait fish. The locals don't eat it, but the sardine is beautiful, so if you clean them, butterfly them, deep fry them, beautiful. Seshu Wharf is famous as a fishing spot, so if you haven't got a boat, you can still catch a beautiful fish like this queenfish, or an even bigger fish like this massive trevally. From Seshu to the tip is a lovely drive through mainly rainforest conditions, and you used to have to trudge along a lengthy boardwalk to get to the rocky tip of Australia, but now you can drive right to the end of the forest, and while you're there you'll see what's left of what was a beautiful tourist resort at Pajinka, now sadly fallen into ruins and inhabited mainly by brown snakes and the occasional pig.
The road to the tip is well maintained. By the way, the sign by the boardwalk about crocodiles means exactly what it says. This is it, the tip of Cape York, the northernmost point on the mainland of our great continent.